Hi guys. Okay, so I'm sorry, I always start videos outside so you can get an idea of like what the surroundings are. However, everyone is mowing their lawn. So it will be a little loud for just a little bit. But just to kind of give you an idea, so this is the neighborhood. This is the road that you will drive in on. There is a business right there. I don't know if you love or hate that. But this road takes you to Madam Moore's Lane. There is a gas station at the end of this road. It is great. They have bomb burgers that are super cheap. And like all of the snacks that you could want. And there is a boat dock if you guys have a boat. Just at the end of that road. It's maybe a mile and a half down there. There is a house right there. This is the neighborhood. Again, this is the neighborhood where they are abolishing the HOA, but it's not been like official. That being said, the roads are going to be privately maintained, so something to keep note of. So you're going to have culverts here. Here's the front of the house. So the roof doesn't look bad from the front. This house isn't very old. I've never seen those little guys. It's interesting. I'm sorry to subject you to some of these. So anything that I notice in a video, I'm going to point out. Like, just a sticker. Now it's off. So like here's the front. There's a porch right here. Let me hop around to the side. I'll also go like out the back. I'll do that afterwards. It's typically one of the last things that I do. So this house does have gutters, which is nice. I think that's one of the downfall about some of the new builds. They actually don't put gutters on them. All right. It does have a keyless pad. Okay. So when you walk in, here's the floor. It's like a click LVP. There's just a few like scuffs on the wall in the trim. Immediately when you walk in, there is, sorry, I'm looking for a light switch. It would make sense if it was on the, maybe that's what this is for. There we go. Okay, so when you walk in, there's this room, which I also see a lot of people convert into a playroom. Something I do notice is like, not, again, flooring. There's a couple of gaps right here. It's something I don't think most people would notice, but I, again, am really anal about a lot. But again, it's not something you can really see. And it's this board. I guess these two. Okay, so you walk into this room. This could also be a formal dining if you wanted. Gonna assume that's a closet. So when I step in here, it does have a smell, but I wish I could tell you what it was. It's not like bad. It's not like pet or anything like that. I don't actually know what it is. It almost smells like spices. I know that is very non-descriptive and completely non-helpful. Closets. So something else I noticed, again, it's small things, paint, easy to get up, however. And weird spot for, there's so many light switches right here. Light flickers. So what is nice is these ceilings are tall. They are probably sitting right around, if I had to guess, 8 feet, 9 feet. Sorry, I'm just putting those down because if I look up, my glasses will fall off of my face. So this is a settling crack. Not anything that I would be concerned about. And I'll set my phone down and kind of talk a little bit about cracks to look out for. But so this is nice and open. Again, front door over there. This is massive. This is a ton of space. So things that we would want to make sure convey unless they're otherwise stated, and it would state in the MLS if it comes or not. Floating shelves, they are attached to the house. We would expect them to stay with this house unless it states otherwise in the MLS that they're not coming with. And in that case, it would be noted in an offer like, hey, these things don't convey. You got a fireplace. This switch is going to be for the fireplace. Looks like it's gas. A lot of people here, you will learn, do not hook up tanks if they don't have gas lines. Okay, so while I'm standing here, hi. Okay, so cracks to pay attention to. If you are looking at a crack and it is separating evenly like this, you're pretty okay. That's normal, that's settling. If you're looking at a crack and it becomes jagged and like doing this as opposed to just separating evenly, those are cracks to pay attention to and look out for. Your inspector will also tell you the same thing. So if there was a crack that I was worried about or they were worried about, they would actually refer you to a structural engineer and be like, hey, I can't make a call on this one, but I think we should contact a structural engineer. So there's a few things in the they're just gaps. So basically my assumption is whoever laid this floor sucked. And they just didn't do the best job. I don't know if it was like this when they bought it and it was the builder, or if they laid the floor. I'm honestly not sure, but I can ask Kayla, who is the agent, because I believe she might have sold this to them. Okay, so countertops are granite. It does have a tile backsplash, tons of cabinet space, island, and then you have that over there. So like this is super nice and open. Bathroom, little half bath. So there are a couple of nail pops. I don't know that you can see them. They're just straight in a line up there. Again, nothing to be concerned about. That's a pretty easy fix. There was a settling crack up there, right there as well. Again, small stuff like paint. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm still zoomed in. Like paint up there. All like small, normal things that you'll see. Okay. Refrigerators here, typically, again, don't convey, but we ask for them in the offer. This is amazing. I don't know if you love gas. We love gas. Most places here don't have gas, so it's a big selling point for a lot of people. Reason is because one, it's hard to find, and secondly, if you wanted a whole house generator, they run off of gas. It is an easy addition. because of hurricanes and all of the fun things. So here's another view to give you an idea. Again, there's the dining room that we were in. Next to that is that room with the French doors that I was in. Half bath. Pantry is right here. Another good sized pantry. This is going to be your garage. Hot water heater. Breaker box. These shelves, my assumption is that they're attached. They might not be. However, we would ask for them in the offer, just to be on the safe side. So like this black one, my guess is it probably doesn't convey it, but these large ones, I don't think they're bolted in. However, we would ask for them. Just because the last thing that we want is like for you guys to want something and it not really be here when you go to move in. So again, with the flooring, super small things. Again, probably some people, sorry, I just like to open up cabinets. Something that a lot of people would never notice, flooring wise. Okay, and then your staircase is here. So there is a little like scuff. So something else that I noticed, that's at the garage door. The builders here, almost all of them. So the carpet is really worn where these steps are. Something else that I noticed, nail pop, is builder grade paint is terrible because it's the like matte paint. And you cannot wash it off very easily. If you do, it like comes right off of the wall. Okay, so when you get to the top of the stairs, there is this, what they would consider the bonus space. This just needs some paint or wash off. This is a nice big space. It does overlook the backyard, which I will also go to. So, with them getting rid of the HOA here, the roadways become privately maintained, which means they're maintained by the HOA. This is just not sitting flush. Laundry room upstairs. Again, a washer and dryer typically come with the sellers. They do not stay. You can ask for them if you want them, but just know that is not something that normally stays with the house. They did a strange job of these. So there's another bathroom. Ooh. This is linoleum. You've got the gray, the same as that's downstairs. There's just the, you touch that up right there. Top is a little dirty. This is what they call cultured marble paint. Another spot. Sorry, I had a thought earlier and I got to see, I was looking at stuff. Private roadways. So everyone loves not having an HOA. Not that you guys will be here long enough for it to really matter. You might if you own this home for 10 or 15 or 20 years. The kicker is that if you're demolishing the HOA and you have private roadways, that basically means that the subdivision is responsible for the maintenance of the roadways. And if there's no HOA dues, then there's no maintenance of the roadways. And so you could potentially really end up with some issues with roadway maintenance in the future. Again, after they deteriorate with time, as roadways do, it could just become, a potential issue. Okay, so quick recap: staircase, upstairs, closet, laundry, there's the bathroom right there, and then that bedroom that I was just in. This is the primary room. I'll go in there last. Attic access is in here. It's a pull down. This is a really big room. So overall, the carpet's in pretty good condition. I see the most wear at the stairs. I haven't seen any like crazy stains or anything. Again, floating shelves. Those are expected to convey unless otherwise stated. If you want them, we ask for them in the offer just to CYA, basically. Closets. The bathroom. So depending on the builder, I thought this was a sides home, but I'm questioning it now that I'm in it. I think it might actually be a D.R. Horton home, but I feel like it is. That being said, if that's the case, D.R. Horton has a 10-year structural warranty, and the warranties stay with the home, not with the people who purchase it. What that means is that if there's warranty left on it, the warranty transfers to you guys or whoever buys it. So if there's any issues structurally, you have it for the remainder of that 10 years. Also, another really big room, and this overlooks the front. Again, carpet is in really good condition. And no smell up here. I don't think they have any pets. Or if they do, there are no signs of pets. In this bathroom, there's an entrance here and an entrance into the hallway right here. Again, there was another full bath over there. There's going to be another bathroom in here. This room is absolutely massive. And it has the vaulted ceiling. So this room also overlooks the front of the house. It's huge. Again, carpet, from what I can see, is in good condition. Oh, they do have dogs. Again, you've got the same linoleum in all of the bathrooms, same cultured marble and gray in all of the bathrooms, and the same gray that is in the kitchen downstairs. Again, you have the shower in here. A little dirty, not bad. The water here is a little bit hard. They have a water softener up there too. Like a water filter. So that was like a nail pop that needs to be taken care of. They've got their water closet here. Linen closet. There's a spot on the wall. Linen closet here. Tons of space. And then closet. Again, massive closet. I know it's really hard to get an idea of dimensions. That's interesting. Dimensions while you're not here, but it's a really good sized closet. What I noticed in here, again, not a big deal, is they have like a nail pop that I think that they maybe tried to fix and just didn't repaint it. Okay, and you've got the carpet in here. And again, so this was a nail pop as well. Okay. There is like a, oh, that's just like toothpaste or something. Kind of sinks. So like it does need some touch-ups with paint. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure there's not like anything being like hidden, you know? Because you never know. There's a little bit, you can tell a little bit of a difference, but it's hard to tell if it's from like vacuumed or like just because of where the rug was, you know? These poor people, they're probably like, what happened to my rug? Okay. But yeah, this room is huge. Sorry. So again, struggling. Also, they have these, which they have left. You'll get them in a new build if you do. It's keys to the doorknobs. If someone like locks you out from the other way. There's also a settling crack right here. Again, not one that would cause me to be alarmed. So, biggest takeaways on this one. I think it's just going to be like paint. Paint the couple of gaps in the floor downstairs, and then this carpet is a little bit worn. But other than that, it's in pretty good shape. Let me pop outside in the back so you can see the backyard, and I am so sorry because I know the lawnmower is going. I love that they've added this. This is not normal on a lot of houses, and they're super costly. There's your tank. This box has an alarm on it, so if you have issues with your tank itself, like your septic tank, that alarm will actually go off. And you can turn it off, but it lets you know, like, hey, there's an issue. Either it's full or something. So then you can make note and get somebody out here. So I know the age-old question is like, where is my lot? And unfortunately, I have no idea. We can maybe get a rough idea because you will have stakes in there, and their fence is out there, but I'm not sure where the lot is, unfortunately. Sorry, I'm popping back out here to get a better look of your roof. From this angle. So yeah, it doesn't look bad. I don't see anything that's crazy alarming or anything. They even have gutters on this addition. So I think I don't know, which is terrible because it's not in front of me. I know that I was like, oh, I'll mention this when we walk through it, and I don't know what it was. But in North Carolina, we're one of those super weird states that have due diligence money, where other states have earnest money deposits. And we have an earnest money deposit. Most people don't use it. So what that is essentially is... Sorry, just looking for HVAC information on here. Manufacturer October 2021. So essentially what that is it's a good faith deposit to the sellers to be like, hey, thanks for taking your home off the market for us while we do our inspections. Like if I represented the sellers, I would never recommend that the sellers not take a deposit. As a representative buyer, I would just be cautious with the amount of money that you put down, to not put down more than you're willing to walk away from, because if you walk away from the purchase for any reason or no reason at all, which you can do, in North Carolina, that money is non-refundable to you. So even if you're like at the end of closing or the day before closing, you're like, oh, I don't want to buy this house anymore, that's okay, but you lose that money. And so I caution you. The normal amount has been anywhere from, I don't know, $750 to $1,000 normally. Sometimes I've seen $1,500. This is an interesting feature. This molding piece, this isn't something that I have seen. So I'm trying to figure out, while this house has a lot of D.R. Horton features, this is not a D.R. Horton feature. It's also not a sides construction feature, so I'm unsure. I'll have to do a little digging. But yeah, so I caution you guys on any house, and a lot of it's based on the condition of the home. Like if we're in a home and we're really unsure of a lot of things about it, I'd be like, hey, put almost no due diligence money down, because we don't want to lose it if something big pops in the inspection. So that is probably one of the things I wanted to talk about a little bit. Sorry, there's so many light switches here. I don't even know where I started. But please ask any and all of the things all of the time. And feel free to, like, if you want to Facebook message me or text me, whatever works best for you at any time, do that as well. But I'll get you guys the property disclosure on this house. In North Carolina, sellers do not have to disclose a single thing to anybody. So if it's filled out and it says no representation, don't be alarmed. That is unfortunately just the case. They don't have to say anything. So it just is what it is. But I will upload this video to YouTube. I will send it your way. Review. Let me know if you have any questions, and also let me know what you guys think about it as well.